Hey everybody, this is Timothy Gay here with a review of Looterz by Mr. Fel Barros and Marco Portugal by Simon Game and Spaghetti Western. This is a cool take that combo driven card and dice game, and it comes with a big stack of cards, some cool heart tokens, some loot tokens, and some cool looking dice. And what is the goal in this game? Let's say the goal of this game is to get to a certain loot threshold first. But it's not going to be easy. People are going to be doing things with these card abilities left and right, trying to stop you from doing stuff and accomplishing that. So with 2 players, it plays 2 to 6, and it takes about 20 minutes. But with 2 players, you're trying to get 15 of these coins in front of you. 3 to 4, you're trying to get 10. 5 to 6, you're trying to get 7. So it prevents the game from bogging down if you have more players. So the game starts with the first player getting 3 cards in front of them, and then this would be their opening hand. Everyone else would get 4, and then so you would, the first player here with 3 cards, this would be what they start with. And let's just take a look at this little player turn handy dandy card they give you. So step 1 on a player's turn is recruitment phase. You can recruit a looter from your hand, which means pick one of these cards and play it in front of you. Or you can draw a card from the draw pile. And this is a center draw pile that everybody will be drawing from. You don't get individual, draw piles. So what are you trying to do here? You're trying to pick one of these characters that has a cool ability that'll help you get to your coin threshold first, your loot threshold. So let's just say for my first turn, I'm going to go with something simple here. The Troll. He's got some stats on him up here, hearts that are his health, and they're also the number of dice he'll be rolling. So what you would do is you take 2 of these little heart tokens, put it on the card, and you see up here is a 4. That is the dice threshold. So what can you do with that card? Well, you can do step 2. For any card that is in front of you still, you can activate them once. Each one once. So you want to try to get a whole bunch of looters in front of you. The maximum you can have at the end of your turn is 3. So you won't be able to just get 100 trolls running around in front of you. But to activate this troll, I could say either I'm going to attack another player's card that's in front of them. Let's just say they have the Nanny. Okay, so this is the other player's card. They got the Nanny. She's got 1 token on her. That means she has 1 health. So the Troll, I got 2 health here. So I could take 2 dice and say, I'm going to kill that Nanny because she's giving me problems. So what I would do is I'd roll them. And I'd look and see if any are below that, equal to or below that number. So Troll's really good because that 4, that gives you a wide window. These are D6s, so there's only 2 numbers that wouldn't have counted. So both of these would go to the Nanny, and boom, Nanny's no longer our problem. I'm going to hide her behind the box. She's out of here. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do instead of attacking is to loot. Go searching for loot. So you do the same exact thing. You take the 2 dice, you roll them, and look here. I rolled a 5 and a 2. So before you roll the dice, you declare what you're doing with that character. I rolled a 5, that's no good, it's above 4. The 2's good, I'd get one of these coins, and it would go into my supply in my player area. And remember, if I'm at 2 players, I'm trying to get 15 of these. If I'm at the higher numbers, I'm only trying to get 7. So that is the way you win. But what happens is players around the table are going to be getting awesome combos with these cards that's going to put them on a track to get ahead of you in that race. It's basically a race for the coins. So if they're generating more coins on their turn more easily, like look at this Scarecrow. He's a 5. He's only rolling 1 die, but he can't attack, but he's all about searching for loot. But a 5, you're most likely going to get a coin. And if he had 3 things like that with high numbers, he's getting possibly, 3-4 coins in a turn, you got to use this troll to start killing off some things. You got to make that decision when to loot or when to attack, because you only get to activate them once on your turn. Now, step 3 of your turn is another recruitment phase. It's exactly like the first phase, except for this turn, of course, you're not going to be able to activate them because there's only one activation phase on a turn. So the second recruitment phase, I could draw a card probably and add it to my hand. The assassin, he's really good. Or I could put another looter out in anticipation of having him out for the next turn and next turn's activation phase. And then step 4, we get down to the sacrifice phase, and that's where I was talking about you can only have 3 guys in front of you. One thing that you see a lot is people have more than 3 on their turn, and hopefully they activated them, but then they got to choose one to kill off or something like that. So if I had 4 here, maybe I would kill off the one that's not benefiting me anymore. There's certain abilities that only trigger when they're played and things like that. And let's just take a look at some of the cards. So basically, you're looting, you're attacking, you're going around, you keep doing that until someone hits that coin threshold. It's a very simple game, and I love that it plays 2 to 6 because this is a great one to play with family. Actually, it's a really good, if you have people that like collectible card games, people that like Munchkin, people that like, quick, brisk games that are not afraid of reading a few words. It's very simple. I would probably recommend it for a group that already enjoys playing games. But we're jumping into the review there. Just remember that, and I'll try not to babble too much at the end. So just looking at a couple of these. Recruitment. This is the bomber. We'll just look at a few. I want to try to show you what different ability types, because there are only a handful of types that do different things. So a recruitment would be when you play this card. So this would destroy every looter in play, including him. So yours, everyone, say you're just getting wrecked and you got to stop it. That's a board wipe. Every single person loses every single thing, and you kind of that's a pretty funny card. But if you can somehow get him out later without a recruitment, there's ones that let you dig through the graveyard, which is where every looter goes. Man, he's good. He's got a 6 threshold there, so he's tricky to get to be able to use him that way, though, because you got to combo it with other cards. We got another one here. It's a recruitment. I'll just kind of flip through till I get to another. Okay. This one has a recruitment that also has the steal keyword, which is some of that take that stuff I was telling you about. When you play him, you draw a card, or you can steal a loot from the opponent with the most loot. Pretty good, pretty good. Activation. Here's a new one. So activation, see the looter activation step? Activate all your looters. Now, normally, it's choose to search for loot and search, or to attack and roll the dice. Easy peasy. But if they have an activation keyword, you can just do this. And it says you may place 1 life token on any looter or 2 life tokens on the frog. And the frog's kind of an inside joke of this game because it's super weak, but there's a few cards that really boost the frog up into terrifying new heights. And all of a sudden the frog is wrecking everybody. I love that. It's got a nice comical feel to this game, but like I said, you could still search for loot or attack with this guy, but you don't want to because he's a 2. That's pretty bad, and your odds are very low. But if you just want to guarantee a life token on something, so say this troll's been attacked and he gets hit for 1, well, you would actually take this heart off, okay? And from now on, he's 1 closer to dying. And he can only roll 1 die. So you can only roll for the amount of hearts that are on your thing continuously. So that would be great to get another heart back on him. Get him back up to where he was. So let's just take a look here. Recruitment. Jester. Just kind of showing you some of these cards. The artwork is so unique. It's just awesome. Taunt. That's another one. If you played Star Realms, this is kind of like the outposts in Star Realms, where you have to attack this guy first. if you're going to attack or do effects to him. You would have to do them to this guy before you do it to anybody else. So you gotta get rid of him if you're facing him. He's kind of like a chump blocker that's very annoying. He comes with 3 hearts too, so you know, you can use him as a defensive stance. Not very good for anything else though, that one. Sacrifice, that's actually something you have to do if you have more than 3 looters, but this guy says you can, during recruitment, when you play him, you can sacrifice, the keyword sacrifice, any other looter and get their life. So you could sacrifice this troll, add the 2 from the troll, put it on there, so then he'd be at 3. That would be a great one with the higher numbers, you know, 3, and then all of a sudden he's at 4, and the 3's not too shabby, you know, 50-50. Not the Jester. There's a couple copies of things. Last Wish. This is another thing where when that looter goes to the graveyard, he actually gets to do something for dying. He's a ghost. Very thematic. It says gain control of an opponent's looter of your choice. That guy is awesome. So you want to try, and he's got taunt, so he's got to get killed. So that's a pretty cool, powerful card. Here's something. This I think this is from the promo pack. I actually got the promo pack in here that adds the keyword sleeps, and that's kind of like a summoning sickness if you played Magic, where it can't do anything during that first activation. It would come in tapped, so it wouldn't be able to search or attack. But during that recruitment, he gets to draw a card, and he's also got taunt. Taunt's so good. Oh, and this guy. Stealing loot. Let's just flip through a few more. Destroy any one looter in play when you activate them. So like I said, there's not a ton of zany keywords, and if there are keywords, it tells you pretty much what it is. You know, what they're doing. Oh, the queen. I gotta show you this one. I hate this queen. Unless I get her. So she's a 1 with 2 hearts, so 2 dice, so she's terrible. But this says when you recruit her, choose an opponent to control the queen. And so you would give this to someone else. And while the queen is in play, the controlling player cannot search or steal for loot. Basically, cannot win the game until they get rid of this queen. So, and she can't be sacrificed. So she's like your extra 4. You got to pick somebody else to get back down to 3. The queen is, oh my goodness, I love this card. That might be my favorite card in the game, just because it is so evil. All right, I could keep showing you these cards all day long. They're really, I don't know how the combos just come flying off on their own in this game. Like you're like, oh, that goes with that. That goes with that. A lot of games like this, you have to play a ton before you start seeing combos. But even like beginner gamers can put 2 and 2 with this one and understand. You know, I think it's mainly because there's only one path to victory, is getting that loot. So the main decisions are, which cards do I want in front of me? Is it time to attack? Is it time to loot? It's very simple decision-wise, but you can really get deep with strategy on this game. And I've seen some combos that, man, they just go crazy. And, you know, it happens sometimes that somebody just runs away with it. That might be the only problem with the game. But the game, like I said, is so fast that you will be like, well, forget it. I'm going to play again right now. And you're not going to do that again to me, kind of thing. So, yes, there's random luck with the dice. There's some dice mitigation, you know. You can increase your odds by having more dice to roll. Really great production. I love the tokens. They really didn't have to do. They could have been like little cardboard tokens or cardboard coins. But man, wow, just really cool. Cool art. Card quality is good. This one is very overlooked in the hobby. I think this is one that a lot of people would really like. And the designers are very nice people too. I met them at Gen Con, and I was just thrilled because we love this game. My family plays this. This is a holiday favorite, and it's also great for just, you know, a quick play. Plays great at all player counts, 2 to 6, and the time is not increased with the player count increase. So very cool. Check it out. It's like $10. You won't be sorry. Oh, and get the promo pack while you're at it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Go get it, Looterz.